still sounds a little misfire-y. Hello and welcome to the shop. I'm Jared and this is the Questionable Garage, and this is a lot of questionable projects. We've got the drag car, we got the limo, Porsche, the Supra. Of course, we've got the reliable and working powder keg, Johnny Rev, an international Scout needing a clutch. What else do we got? Drift BMW needs a computer. A whole lot of mixture. We got working, we got not working, but there's one thing we're focused on specifically today. And that's what used to be right there, right behind me. You've seen it in a lot of the videos. We've actually been working on it in the past couple of videos, trying to get it running. And it is my 2008 Lexus IS F. It's a car that I got to kind of replace my right-hand drive Supra while I still had the Supra. It was something that was fun. It's something that no one knew what it was. And if you don't know what it is the small, compact, four-door sedan with a 400 horsepower, 5-liter V8. Only something around 5,100 of them were made in the United States, 11,000 globally, and it is a ton of fun. And it's sitting over here because we're working on it. If you remember in the last couple of episodes, we were working through that mammoth electrical problem. We finally got it fixed, and we went through and fixed our fuel injectors, the coolant leak, and got it running. Come on. All right, still angry, but it's running. But ever since it's been running, we've been playing whack-a-mole with a misfire. We move spark plugs around, the misfire follows the spark plugs, chasing it with the scan tool, doing everything we could, and it kept going into limp mode. So I did the only practical thing. I spent way too much money ordering way too many parts to just throw them at the car so it can finally run. Hearing it run has me so excited that I need to drive it, and I can't drive it like it is, so we've got to get it working. But I also want to really quickly go into and address a couple recurring comments that I see when I said the problem with the car was its battery. There were a lot of comments saying there was a wiring issue, something along that. Something aftermarket is what broke it. But there was no aftermarket wiring in the car. What happened, based on my somewhat smart opinion and opinion of much smarter people than me, is the open cell in the battery caused a voltage spike. The best way to describe a traditional car battery is it's not one battery. You basically have 6 batteries, kind of like you put multiple AA's or AAA's into your toys to make them work. Sometimes a D cell, depends what kind of toy you got. But you don't have one battery, you have 6. Small ones, about 2.1 volts each. And it goes up and down, passing current. What was happening with our battery, the cells were opening. So every once in a while, positive and negative no longer had a connection because somewhere between those 6 cells, they would open up. So how does that create a voltage spike that fries an electrical system? Basically, car started, was going down the road, and then those cells opened up. There's still enough electrical path if you've ever, especially on an older car, don't do it on the modern computer cars, they don't like it. If you've ever on an older car taken both power leads off and it keeps running, that's because technically once it starts, your alternator's working really hard to make all the electricity and you don't need the battery. The battery is there to act as storage and kind of a capacitor filter for what your alternator makes. So the modern smart computers and smart alternators see that battery suddenly drop voltage out, so it cranks its technical output. When that battery suddenly reconnects, the alternator is running full output, and suddenly that battery comes back in, and it's not a normal condition, so computers went, pfft. That's what we configured. But now that I've got that addressed, I'm going to get started working on this car because I want it running. All right, guys, it's time to tell you about today's sponsor, and that's our friends at Topdon. Now, you've seen them on the channel. We've done their jump boxes, and back in the past, we've done their Art Diag line of scan tools, their Pro, the 600, and the Topscan Lite, the Bluetooth module. They have been amazing scan tools, things that I use as often as I can. Listen, I got a lot of old junk. It's not that often I need a scan tool, but they've just launched something that blows everyone else out of the water. That is the Topdon 1 diagnostic tablet. This isn't just a prosumer grade scan tool like we've talked about in the past. This is a pro level tablet scanner. You've seen me using it when we were working on the ISF and on my Tahoe Hybrid, getting full functionality bi-directional commands. Not only am I reading data, it's bi-directional. You're able to send some commands and run the onboard diagnostic tests and that zeroing function, new sensor function calibrations that we needed to do. Not only that, you get to do coding. Now there's other scanners out there. Their big claim to fame is vehicle coding, dealer level coding. Well, this can do all of that with better diagnostics and no per vehicle subscription fee. When you buy the Topdon 1, you get 1 year free, and it's just $2.99 per year after that, including all of the software updates. Let's say you're working on something a little unfamiliar to you. Built in to the Topdon 1 is Top Fix. That's AI-assisted diagnostic steps to help you get that problem fixed faster. You also have 50 quick maintenance functions. Now, I know what you're saying. A scan tool like this, with all of those features and being a pro level tool, it's gotta be $3,000, right? I know I've spent a lot more than that on a tool truck for less. It's not $3,000. It's not $2,000. I bet you're saying to yourself, it's $999. It's not even $999. Guys, it's less than $800. Click my link down in the description box. Follow that code down at the bottom of the screen right now. You're gonna get an even better deal. I am telling you, when they first reached out and offered this scan tool, I was really excited, but I was a little worried that I was gonna be telling you guys about a $3,000 scan tool. It's got a metal backing to it. It's tough, it's rugged. It does everything you're gonna need it to do and even more. Plus, it's affordable. Plus, you can watch YouTube on it. So get your questionable garage fix while you're fixing your car. Seriously, I work really hard to make sure we're working with sponsors I really am gonna use. You've seen me reach for a Topdon scan tool anytime I've needed to diagnose something, and I am really excited to share the new Topdon 1. You guys are gonna love it. All that information, description down below. Seriously, you will not be disappointed. The number of you guys that loved the previous scanners, I got so many messages of you guys thanking me for turning you on to them. Well, it's just gotten a whole lot better. It looks like my ignition coils are fine because our misfire is still on cylinder 2, which means I've got a bad spark plug. I did not expect that. There's no cracks in the porcelain, but proof's kind of in the pudding there, right? Like, well, in the realm of trying to figure out why she's misfiring so much, I decided to check resistance. So this is the one new plug we bought. Here are the two that we came out. Because as we're flip-flopping it around, it definitely is following a spark plug, which is odd because it ran fine until it parked. And it's not, you don't expect these to go bad, just sitting. But clearly it is unhappy and it put this thing to where I could go 15 miles an hour. I barely got it back to the shop. But testing down the length of the spark plug, there's a 500 ohm resistance difference between the old plugs and the new plugs. But the bigger thing is it was much harder to get that resistance reading on the new plug or old plugs. New plug, didn't matter where we touched, it worked. I don't know if it's just the buildup has become super encrusted on there and it won't spark through. But 8 new plugs, and also this was probably the hardest decision to go with the YECs versus Denso. I went with Denso, $1,600 in ignition coils. That hurts. YEC, they make performance variants, they make OE replacements. They come from Japan. I may regret it, but I don't even know if ignition coils are the problems, but the Flammas have really good reviews, so we're gonna give them a try. So now, you know, again, that 10 pounds of poo in a 5-pound bag, we've got to get our arms in here, get all of the plugs swapped out, and we'll try starting it up again, because if it runs, I've got some really cool stuff. Well, one, we're going to put it together. We're going to get the good wheels on it, and we're going to fix that, because that bugs me a lot. Well, alrighty. Let's see. It's warm in here. Oh yeah, battery's been off. I don't know. That still sounds a little misfire-y. Let's let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll grab a scan tool. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. I want to get some temperature and scan tool. I just want it to work again, please. Also, black cars in the sun. Gets hot. And we got to put all that back together. Let's get a system red. The more it runs, it actually is seeming a little closer to happy, maybe. I love that it thinks it could be the 500 F Sport. There's that one. Boom. I don't have the right wheels on. That's probably because we had the airbag off, so we'll have to clear that code. I am impressed at the speed this thing can knock everything out in. I will say, before the full tune-up, we were getting misfires at this point, so... Oh, that's right. Ooh! Years later, the AC is still cold. That's a bonus. So right now, I'm gonna guess, yep, it's plugged in, history, we'll clear it. That'll be gone. So that is, the only error at this point is the wheels, airbag center. Tire pressure monitors, which we know. Now we wanna come here. We're going to data stream it. We're going to pull up our misfires. It was cylinder 8 before. I do wish I could have 8 active parameters. We only get 4 at a time. Listen, it can only be so perfect for the price. I'm still blown away at that. Never had odd misfires. We've only had even. So we're gonna grab our evens again. There we go. So now let's just put it in gear. Oh, the door's open. Is that the problem? Are you gonna be happy if I close the door? Yep. All right, we were getting misfires even just like this. So, we're loading up and spinning tires. Maybe should be a little faster on the load up, but Listen, it's waking back up from a long slumber. Give it a break. So I'm gonna start going down the road and hopefully we can actually get on it. You guys wanna hear something cool? I haven't seen any misfires yet. It's still kind of relearning. It's been asleep a long time, but there we go. There we go. It's starting to come back. No misfires. We're starting to get the scream back. Now, I'm not hucking it into corners because these tires are kind of sad. They're old. They're a little dry rotted. But one of my favorite daily drivers, track cars, mountain cars, the little instigator that it is, its ability to just go fast and make all the right noises and leave people confused that it's coming from this car. I'm still baffled why basically the ignition system more or less failed from sitting so long, but that's okay because it's working. That's all that matters. Whee! So now that it's running amazing again, and that feels so great, we actually dropped the wife's car off for detailing and she got a ride in it, and it made her happy again. There's just something about the ISF. It feels so good that it's running right, but it's not looking right. It is still very filthy, but we're gonna address something even before we do the wash and get the green funk off of it. These headlights, they have been polished multiple times. I need to fix the tab on that one, and it's just not working right. So we're gonna pull the bumper and get these headlights pulled off so we can do a really simple upgrade that's gonna transform the car completely, like totally transform this car. But before we do that, the bumper's gotta come off and then those headlights so we can do all that work. So I think most of the bolts are out. Just, this is it's well weathered. It doesn't take a whole lot to pull the bumper anymore. Crazy about headlights on these things. That's your headlight connector, if I remember right. I think there's one on each side. Yep. Because once we get inside, we're going to talk about what makes these headlights so incredibly special and why I'm not just throwing the Vlands on like we did Editor Dwayne's. There's a function of these headlights I think is really cool and want to keep. So, we have polished these in the past. We've gotten them almost as good as new, but never really back. You can polish and re-UV coat and extend the life a little bit, but today we're activating the cheat code. We're gonna install all brand new lenses. I mean, that's gonna look amazing, but we also need to repair a lot of broken tabs on the right side. I kind of wish Editor Dwayne on his ISF way back in the day, we put Vlands on and he let me keep his old headlights. Well, I got tired of toting them around and I don't have them anymore, which would have helped a lot with these little pieces. So I feel like we're gonna go ahead and start on this side. It might behave a little bit better, and then we'll take a much more in-depth look at the broken right side. I will say though, if you're into doing pure race car things, technically the Vlands are better, because what makes these really unique is this motor. When you would enter corners, you can't really see it, it would aim the projector to kind of help light the way around a corner for you. And it's a feature I kind of want to keep. It's one of those things that you can actually, you know, while you're driving, you can watch it do that and see it do its thing, and it's kind of cool. Now, the best way for popping lenses off, hands down all the time. You wait until the wife's not home, pop them in the oven, 180 degrees or so, and let them cook. And what that's going to do is it's going to soften the butyl rubber all the way around the outside. You got to strip as many of the electronics out as possible before doing that, but makes it a lot easier to then uniformly pop it out. We're going to come in and just localize heat it because I don't have an oven at the shop. Also, if we're looking around the back, there are several screws we need to pop out. Now, if this is something where you're pulling the lens to change the projectors or popping this apart to just clean or paint the inside, you'd want to put your lenses on a soft cloth. Definitely when we go back together, we'll have it on a soft cloth. So again, the baking's nice because it just uniformly heats everything. You also need to be careful taking it apart because there's some foam you need to transfer, or if it gets damaged, and you're going to keep this working around, and then it'll finally start to lift in an area. One inherent problem with using the plastic scraper is it also gets soft. These are also assembled with butyl rubber. That's why the heat works so well. I tend to like to go back to the silicone. And honestly, that preference mostly just comes from it's easier to work with. You'll see that a lot when it's lens is off and it's time to start cleaning this. You can already just kind of see it. Although, the way this is already acting, you might run home and put it in the oven before the wife gets home from work. I do need to get a shop oven. If you guys have space, like one of the best things you can ever get in your shop is a shop oven. Just remember, once you start cooking parts in it, you don't cook your food in it. Well, I've got two headlights apart. I cracked the lens, so I can't reuse them, and I noticed something. When I went to fit that, just as a test, it looks so good, but it don't fit. So I started doing a little more comparison here. And while a lot of it is the same, you notice this nice little protrusion here, and then this extra protrusion here. We don't have that. Also, mount, and mount. All of our mounts are in the wrong spot. Well, the listing said IS 250, 350, and F. The listing gets an F for accuracy. So I'm going to jump on the old online directories and see if we can come up with a solution, because I need headlights now. All right, it is a couple days later, and I have done all of the hunting I could for replacement lenses for AFS headlights, the ones that move the projectors around, and I can't find them anywhere. So I was gonna order new. I was gonna break down, get the factory headlights. $2,400. I bought the car for $12,000. $2,400. And used ones were all broken. So I broke down and ordered something, and they're here. So obviously no lens, but that's the factory look. And I got the Vland. So this is a new style Vland with 3 small projectors, the chevron on top instead of it being below. And I kind of went for it because on the website they had it on a black ISF and it looked pretty mean. So I was gonna get our headlights fixed. We still have to detail the car and get all the overspray off after installing these, but the reason I went with Vland, if you're looking in the aftermarket world, I'm not gonna tell you every one of their products are good, but my experience with their products has been pretty much all good. The tabs are in good shape. They're not broken, like we're not gluing anything. It has the factory gaskets and bumper spacers and just everything to make it a good install, plus plug and play. Now these do add in, I'll have to look at the instructions. The instructions for these are also really good, and usually they have videos for a lot of them as well, but it adds in the turn signal into the housing, which the original one didn't have. So you've got to wire a couple extra things up, and they give you the connectors for that. And what that does, it makes this light up as your turn signal as well as the daytime running light, and when it runs through the process, does a little sequence, which I think is kind of cool. And yeah, it's a little cheesy, but I like it. So all that said, let's open up a door, pop that bumper back forward, get these bad boys on, and get the ISF on the road. Finally, feels so good. I'm sure you guys have had projects like that where they just sit and like you're chasing towards the finish line, and it feels so good. I wish this was a metallic paint, but with it wet and the algae off, you can really see all that overspray that was kindly put on the car for me. Doesn't help. It's so sunny I can't quite see my screen, but you can see all of those flecks. We got a little bit of it out through here, but not great. So we're gonna just keep experimenting, see what we can do, because I would like it as clean as it can possibly be for ripping it down the road again. So step one, we're gonna try this. any of the solvents that you put on, you need to immediately get washed off. It's not like you do the whole car and come back. So I've got nice hot soapy water so we can clean a small section and go. And tell you what, we're not even touching it with that. All right, now the extreme option. You need to get all this off before we hit it with buffing compound. We start trying to buff that even after a clay bar. That's just gonna kill stuff. All right, lacquer thinner. Great, but also terrifying. And it's not really getting me anywhere. Hey, what is this junk made of? Okay, I think maybe there's a little progress. We might just have to get to the mechanical and be careful buffing, or clay bar and then buff. Because, I mean, this is working on it slowly. All right, let me hit it with soapy water real quick. I'll tell you what, we're still winning. The car is running. We had to do something to the paint because of the body work that was bad when we bought it. Maybe we have to do a little bit more to the paint than we planned, but you know what? Could always be worse. It could not be running still. Listen real close, so quiet, and then sounds like sandpaper. All right, so we got lacquer thinner off. Maybe we just hit it with the clay bar right away. Normally you wouldn't this early, but I think it's kind of telling us that things are bad. It would like the kitchen sink thrown at it. But you know what? We can rip it down the road again. We're winning. All right. As much as this sun is coming back out, I've got a feeling we're gonna be graduating to a canopy soon. So we got the clay bar here. Its job is to grab all the paint impurities. It's hard to tell because it's white paint, but I think we might finally be winning this war. Good news is we only have to do literally the entire car, but you know, better news is it feels like there's finally something that's kind of working towards a good resolution. I'm gonna say we're getting there. It's not all there, but we're getting it. Detailers, you've never not had my respect. The amount of attention to detail you guys got to throw into cleaning and saving paint, and next level to me. All right, well, I'm thinking we're gonna pull out a tent, put you guys a time lapse, and I'm clay bar a whole car. I guess other happy things, I haven't gotten an ISF or a GSF yet. So imagine how much more space that would take. How much longer that would take to get all this buffed out. Take the little wins when you got them. We're just past golden hour, and I kind of want to show you guys something. I'm getting really, really excited because oh, this feels so good to see this thing back like this. It's together. It's on the wheels that we borrowed for Try Hard. That maybe it's because I didn't budget wheels and tires and trying to get that car together. The Duster, you know, that we did all the Holly events with. So we stole. Ooh, we caught the new phone. Hopefully you guys weren't dizzy from that. Sorry. So we stole the wheels off the ISF because it was broken. It didn't matter. But it's back. And I'm torn about paint right now because I just want to drive it. Tearing it down for paint. It's a high mileage car that is driven hard. It's taken on rallies. Also, check out those lights. You know, we'll have to aim them and get them working good at night. We'll see. They look so good. I was not sure how I felt about them, seeing them on the car. Maybe it's just because I can actually see through the lenses, but that looks such a mean looking car. I just love the fact that no one really knows what on earth it is. It's a low-key, boring four-door Lexus that's hiding 400 horsepower. I can't believe my idiot self managed to do so good with the polisher. Listen, I'm fine calling myself an idiot when it comes to paint work and polishing because I'm no good at it. But I mean, it's not quite like that meme where they're like showing another vehicle and they're like, oh, mine's the black one. We're not quite there, but another quick thing I did where this was completely sun faded, I just blasted it real quick with some enamel. I hope you guys feel you can see my reflection. It was so dirty. There was no reflections. There was nothing. There was so much overspray. Oh yeah, and another thing I did, it looks good on camera. In person, you still see it, where all that flaking and badness happened. Again, just blasted some enamel in there. Conceal it for now. Because I don't want to take it all apart to paint it right now. I want to drive it and use it. Kind of most of my cars end up that way, but that's okay. Because look at it. It's back. Feels good. It fought. It sat for a long time and it fought that last little way to go back together. But it's back together. It sounds great. It runs great. I still don't understand how the spark plugs literally just went bad from sitting. I've never, you know, like you'll sometimes have a misfire and they'll come back. I have never had one so dead to the point that the computer went into limp mode over spark plugs. But doesn't matter anymore. Just look at it. Oh, twilight hour. It's just, I'm in love all over again. I have too many cars, not enough driving, but I feel like this is about to get driven a whole lot more again. So cue us going for a drive in the next scene. We are driving. It's going down the road. We are not misfiring anymore. It looks good. The headlights are doing, you know, they can do headlight things again. And we're cruising chill. We're not doing a big full throttle blast. We're driving the car. What's kind of crazy, and you'll hear it a little bit once we get going again, I've done 24 miles a gallon in the 5-liter V8. Hyper driving, like trying to get extra really good fuel economy, I've done 28 miles a gallon. Now I know some of you Corvette guys, you're gonna, you know, oh, you can do that too. Yes, you can. And props off for making a pushrod V8 do that well. But regardless, when you have naturally aspirated 400 horsepower V8s, 5 liters, that's not a small number, getting good fuel economy, that's a good thing. Especially when it sounds this good too. Like this. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Listen, the battery's been off of it. Toyotas and Lexus, they do so much adaptive learning. It's insane to me how different the same car can feel based on how it's been driven. I'm in normal chill mode, so it didn't instantly drop a couple gears. But if you're in sport mode and you've been beating on it a little bit and you do that hammer down, she's going to drop all the gears instantly and, you know, sing out to 5,000 RPM the moment you hammer down. But no misfires. I kind of wanted to immediately run over to Blood Mountain and do a quick mountain run with you guys, but we are the Questionable Garage, but sometimes we do smart things. Namely, it's been sitting 3 years. The tires back on it, they're really good, but I need to get the sensors woken back up, make sure the TPMS is reading and working correctly. That's the last error light, as we just got the TPMS error. That scan tool, the Topdon one, awesome. I still am blown away with the power of that scan tool for the price you get. If not, Topdon's got a whole lot more, down to Bluetooth, the art diag, the art diag that I've had for many years. Their whole lineup is great stuff. So if you're looking for a scanner, you really should look at them as well. I'm right now on my way to O'Reilly Auto Parts to get some wiper blades because mine came apart. So the weather's been a little iffy. I want to make sure I can see good, but I hope you guys understand the joy right now. It wasn't easy. It took us a couple, you know, one full episode, half of another episode, and then this episode to get it there. But it's running, it's driving, it's doing all the wonderful things it should be doing, and not doing anything that it shouldn't be. It feels good. There's certain cars that are a lot of fun. I love this one because, again, most people don't have a clue what it is, so you can drive and just have fun. This is a Lexus, guys. But anyway, let me check this turn. It is, but anyway, we're gonna go get those wipers. I'm gonna get back on, and I'm just gonna enjoy the car. Not many people know what it is, so you can enjoy it, have fun. It makes a glorious noise. And hopefully I once again make the ISF prices bump, because when this first started getting videos done on it, there was a noticeable bump in ISF pricing. Guys, you had a 2.5 year window where I wasn't talking about them. If you're going to try to get one and they go up, I'm sorry, it took too long. Also in the family, you got the RCF, you've got the GSF, and the most recent was the IS 500 F Sport. So they didn't call it the ISF. All of us Lexus nerds were kind of hoping that we're going to see a twin turbo V8 come back as an ISF, but latest body IS had the same 2UR engines in it. So all kinds of fun ways to enjoy a little skunkworks hot rod Lexus. But I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices, but keep your eyes on the road even when you're filming, because as much fun as it is to look and be engaging to you, I do have to drive and be responsible. We'll see you next time.